Hey everyone, it's very small words. You're building something small with AI, a little tool, a little website, and as you go, you want to give it a new skill. Make a chat, check the weather, draw a picture. You're working through a tutorial and halfway in, up pops this line. Go apply for an API key and paste it here. And just like that, you're stuck. What's an API? What's a key? Where does this string even come from? What happens if you get it wrong? And is it safe? Today, same as always, no code, no terminal, just plain talk to make two words clear. What an API is, what an API key is, and why you should understand them too. Before we jump to definitions, let's look at exactly where you got stuck. You want your little tool to chat, but you can't exactly train your own chat GPT from scratch. Think of the money. Think of the machines. The good news, someone has already done it. Companies like DeepSeek keep a very capable large model running on their own servers. Map companies have navigation, weather services have weather data. All of these abilities already exist. What you need to do isn't build it yourself, is to borrow, across the internet, an ability someone else has already built. Which raises the question, you're on your own computer. Their ability is on their server, and the whole internet sits in between. How do you safely and properly pass a request over and get a result back? For that, you need a dedicated window that opens to the outside. That window is the API. Picture the service that provides the ability as a restaurant with an amazing kitchen. You're hungry, you want their food, but you can't just barge into their kitchen and start cooking. It's messy, it's dangerous, and they won't let you. So the restaurant opens a service window and posts a menu. You order from the menu, one of these please, and pass your tickets through the window. The kitchen makes it and hands the dish back out to you. The API is exactly that. A window to the outside, plus a menu that spells out the rules. You don't need to know how the kitchen works. You just follow the menu, speak in the format they define, pass your request through the window, and get your result back. This might still feel unfamiliar, but you use APIs every single day. You just don't see them. When you check the weather on your phone, the weather app is asking a weather service for today's data through a window. When you open map navigation, the map app is requesting a route from the backend. When you order takeout and watch the driver move, the app is asking the backend for their location over and over. One piece of software borrowing an ability or data from another that runs on APIs. It's the common way software talks to software, and it's been humming along around you all this time. Okay, so we have the window, but not just anyone gets to order for free. You walk up to DeepSeek's window and they need to recognize you first. Who's placing this order? So they give you a card, and that card is your API key. From then on, every time you pass a ticket through the window, you bring this card, they swipe it. Ah, it's you, and they log it. So the card does two things. It proves it's you, and it bills you by how much and how often you order. Put simply, your API key is your membership card at that window and a ticket that gets billed. With DeepSeek specifically, getting that card goes roughly like this. You log into the DeepSeek console, find API keys on the left, click New, and give it a name, so you can recognize it later. It generates a long string on the spot, the kind that starts with the letters SK. That long string is your API key. One thing worth flagging, this string may only show in full this one time. Copy it right away and keep it safe. Once you close the window, some providers will never show the full key again, and if you don't remember it, you'll have to generate a new one. Why does ordering require a card and billing at all? Because windows like DeepSeek charge by usage, you pay for what you use. Don't worry, it's cheap, use less, pay less, and new signups usually get some free credit to play with first. But precisely because that card is tied to your account and your money, it must never leak. Don't hardcode the key into your code and then push that code online. Don't casually screenshot it and share it along with everything else. Once someone else gets it, they can take your card and order like crazy at the window, and the bill lands entirely on you. This ties into a broader habit. Before anything of yours goes online, stop and think about whether you're carrying a key like this out with it. Where to hide this key, and how. I'll cover that in its own episode later. That said, not every API needs a key. Some windows are free and open. Anyone passing by can order, no sign up, no card. For example, there's an endpoint called Hitakoto. Open its address, and it hands you back a random line, no membership card involved, because it's free and doesn't bill you. So by now you can see how APIs and API keys work. Windows that cost money or need to know who you are require a key-free. Open ones that don't bill you don't. Next time an API asks you to fill in a key, it basically means it's either spending money on your behalf or identifying who you are. You might ask, I don't even write code. Why bother learning this? Because the moment you seriously build something with AI, you'll almost certainly hit the fill in an API key step, hooking up a large model to chat, adding voice, adding image generation. All of it needs one. Once you get this, you'll know what that string is for, where to get it, and why to guard it, like treasure. So when you see an API key, you won't panic anymore, and you won't accidentally leak your own key and pay for someone else's bill. So far, it's all been metaphors. Now let's actually do it, hands-on, and you can follow along. Relax, still not a single line of code. We'll use a visual tool to place our order. The tool is called Bruno, an API client. It's free, no account needed. Just download it from Bruno's website and install. Open it, and on the left, first create a collection to hold the requests we're about to make. Think of it as a folder. Before we order, remember two words we'll use throughout, get and post. They are the two ways you deal with the window. Think of get as go fetch. I walk up and grab something ready-made, like checking the weather or asking for a line. Think of post as submit. I hand a request through the window and have it make a result for me, like getting a large model to write me a reply. In a sentence, to grab something ready-made, use get. To hand something in and have it done, use post. That distinction is all we need for now. Our first request, Hitokoto, is a get. The second, DeepSeek, is a post. Watch them side by side, and it'll click. Let's warm up with a free endpoint that needs no key. Create a new request. For the method up top, choose get, the go fetch we just talked about. We're grabbing a line from the Hitokoto window. In the address bar, enter Hitokoto's API address. Now click send on the right. And there, a result comes back below. Don't be scared of all the curly braces. It's just packaged data. That line inside is the dish it handed back. The whole time, I filled in no key at all because this window is free and open and serves anyone who shows up. Now let's order from one that needs a card. DeepSeek. Create another request. This time choose post. The submit from before. We're handing in a line and having the large model make us a reply. For the address, enter DeepSeek's endpoint. Now the key step, handing over your membership card. Find the auth tab, set the type to bearer token, and paste in the key you got from DeepSeek, the one starting with SK. Then the menu, find body, set the format to JSON, and fill in your request, which model and what you want to say to it. Here, I just write, introduce yourself in one sentence. The thing you fill in is clearly more than just that one line, right? Hang on. The data format of an API call is something we'll cover on its own another time. We'll skip it today. Filled in, click send, and hold on a moment. It's back. In the result is the reply that DeepSeek's large model just wrote for you. Now look back at the two requests. On the left, Hitakoto, the identity field is empty. On the right, DeepSeek. The identity field holds that key whether you bring the card or not. That's the one difference between them. All those windows, menus, and membership cards from earlier are now things you can click and see right there on your screen. One last reminder, and it's exactly this episode's point. When you record your screen, take a screenshot, or share with others, always cover up that key. It's your membership card. Don't let anyone walk off with it. So, 3 sentences to wrap up. An API is a service window. Someone opens to the outside. You borrow from the menu without stepping into the kitchen. An API key is your membership card. At that window, it proves it's you, bills you by usage, and must never leak. And one more, free. Open windows need no card, only the ones that cost money or need to know you do. You don't have to start by writing requests and fussing over formats. But with this understanding, plus that hands-on run we just did, the next time a tutorial says, fill in an API key, you'll know what's going on and you won't panic. Very small words. See you next time.